Welcome to Brigadier Guides You. Today we'll talk about some pertinent problems what a student or a cadet faced in their SSB journey. And with us is Brigadier Dr. Vijay Sagar Dheman to answer us all the questions. A very warm welcome to you, sir.
Thank you so much.
So the first question is, sir, there is a great battle between right and wrong, with no clues and no words about the center officially. All the SSB cadets depend on the various sources to prepare for our SSB. We hear so many versions that we get confused about what is wrong and what is right, and which one to follow.
Well, let me tell you very frankly, your question is absolutely warranted. And I can recall my own SSB 43 years back. We had the same question in mind. And now that I am last about 12 years, I'm interacting with the candidates who are going for SSB, I find the same thing continuing. Now, a young boy or a girl of your age asking me this question, I'm not surprised at all. It's perfectly normal you asking this question. Reason being that you are told that you have to join the armed forces. Armed forces means written exam, SSB interview like any other interview, medical, merit, etc., etc. The procedure is same. No, it is not. The Service Selection Board interview is not a normal interview. It is the interview of your psychometrics. And you have so many people guiding you, so many people who are repeaters who are coming from SSB, they're telling you what happened there. Then so many people in the market giving you coaching for 10 days, 15 days, and telling you there's a psychologist, there's an IO, there's a GTO, and they're asking you TAT, WAT, GTO is making you group testing, IO is taking your interview, etc., etc., etc. This is the information being bombarded on you to tell you what this interview is. Whereas nobody is telling you that this interview is based on 15 officer-like qualities. These officer-like qualities, they're called officer-like qualities, but they are actually psychometrics. They are your psychological qualities in your mind. Are you trained for those or not? Because they are required for the armed forces. Armed forces is a peculiar service. It is not like becoming an officer, IAS officer, IPS officer, or becoming a corporate manager or becoming a business honcho. It is not that. This has got peculiar requirements, wherein your 4 factors are there, which are planning and organization first. Second one is your adaptability. Third one is your effectiveness, social effectiveness. Fourth is your dynamism. So these are the psychometrics which cannot be taught in one day. And you are told that you have to write a story in TAT. So write a story which is you have to be positive. You become a Paramveer Chakra. Or you are told, okay, write the word association test. You write positive sentence. Or you're given an SRT, write a positive reaction. And similarly, when you are doing group testing officer, group testing is being done, at that time, you should be doing the task perfectly. So this is what you've been told. But what you are not being told is that you got to have those 15 qualities in your subconscious mind. You can learn those 15 qualities from the net. They'll be learning like any other lesson in any other subject. So you got to be putting them into your subconscious mind. So that when you are put under pressure, SSB is nothing but a technique to handle pressures in life, which you will be facing actually as an armed forces officer. So if you can learn those pressures, you can learn how to handle those pressures and show those qualities, you will make it. That is the answer. You are told, like a lot of candidates ask, sir, if I write this, will it be the right answer? There's no right or wrong answer. He is looking at your aptitudes. He is looking at your psychometrics. And they should be as per the conditions you've been brought and bred in. You may be an urban guy, you may be a rural guy. That doesn't mean rural guy is inferior. You still have those qualities and they would be there. And thereafter, once you join the academies, these qualities will be honed on. You will be taught how to do these things, but you must have the aptitude. That is why you have the problem. So instead of looking for the answers to the questions, instead of looking what happens there, try to learn about these psychometric qualities called officer-like qualities. Try to learn how they can be imbibed into your subconscious mind. through maybe techniques of neuro-linguistic programming. I am the master practitioner of neuro-linguistic programming. That is why I am telling you my success rate is almost 80%, whereas the All India SSB rate is only 3.64%. I hope that answers your question.
And the second issue, sir, is new customs. When all candidates goes for SSB, they have to face all new customs, be it a fall in the various new terminologies or a new style of living. It is true that before going to SSB, we live our lives in a different way, and in SSB it is different. This is a very rapid transition and has to be adapted in a very short span of time. How do we do that? How do SSB cadets do that?
This particular question again is a very normal question. You must understand that we live in different ecosystems of ours. Like somebody may be in a rural background, somebody may be in an urban background, somebody may be in, let's say, a foreign background. So all systems are different, the environments are different, the rules in each environment are different. So you must be adaptable to the other one. Similarly, the armed forces environment is different. But then, like you have to get up early in the morning, you got to go for PT, then you got to do some training, then there's a fixed timings for your various things like breakfast, lunch, dinner, there's a recreation time, there's a games time. So similar kind of things in any case you face in NCC camps, NSS camps, or Nehru Yuva Kendra excursions, or even your school, college when it takes you for excursion, these things come into play. So they are different. So similarly, when you're wanting to join the armed forces, it is a totally different environment at all. And once you go there, and one of the officer-like qualities or the psychometric qualities which I am telling you, which is factor 2, that is social adjustment. In that, your adaptability to a new situation, your adaptability to new people, your adaptability to new procedure, that is being checked. That is one of the prerequisites for you to clear the Service Selection Board interview to join the armed forces. So if you're not able to adapt to yourself, to even the environment in the Service Selection Board, how will you adapt to the environment later on in the armed forces, where you may be asked to deploy in places like Siachen, in places like Eastern Ladakh, you may be asked to go into far into seas, where you may not see land for days to come. So you got to adapt to all the situations. And then you may have your colleagues, your seniors, your juniors, your peers, your command. They may be from different places. And if you're not able to adapt to their ways, and if you're not able to adapt to a common cause, then you're not fit for the armed forces. And if you feel that getting adapted to an SSB environment for those 6 days is different, let me tell you, then you need not go for SSB at all. Because one of the factors, that is factor 2, is social adaptability, social adjustment, your social cooperation, your social responsibility. These are the part of those qualities. So once you come and adapt yourself and be part of it, you are almost winning half the battle. You're being tested by those 3 assessors, and let me tell you, you are being watched otherwise also. You don't say that if you're sitting in a dining hall having a dinner, nobody's watching you. How do you do it? How do you cooperate with others? Those inputs count. So let me tell you, if you do something negative over there, that definitely counts towards your SSB interview. So you must adapt. So you should have that inherent quality in you to whatever situation you're given, adapt to it. Even if you don't know, you can ask. You can always question how to do it, not why to do it. Question should be how to do it, so that you are told how it is done and you follow it. And even if you're still struggling to follow it, people understand. It is not that the first day, if you do not conform to a particular standard, you're thrown out. No. As long as you're showing, yes, I want to understand. Please let me know how to do this. Or I'm not able to adapt to this particular thing. How to do it? Question is how, not why. Why should I do it? Well, might as well not be here. So it is a good welcome step for you to learn for yourself, to adapt to a particular environment that is given in the Service Selection Board. Yes, if you are so apprehensive about it, ask a guy like me, sir, once I go there, what will be the routine there? I'll tell you exactly, time-wise, what is the routine, what time you have to get up, what will happen on first day, what will happen on second day, and what are you expected to do, what is expected out of you. I can give you all this information, there's no issue at all. And you just have to follow that. And let me tell you that factor 2, adaptability, moment you adapt to the environment in SSB, you're through for it.
So the next question and the next issue is of terminologies. A lot of candidates come from a civilian background They get amazed and confused at the new terminologies which are used in SSB. These are normal terminologies for all those who are on the board and for those who are from the background of armed forces. But the problem is for those who are not coming from this background and coming from totally different background, what do these people do? Then is the issue of a non-compatible group. We may be kept with a group in which nothing we find is common. We feel isolated or may have different mindset and thus a difference of opinion with others. Since we have to do most of the tasks with the group only, then it is a big problem. How do we solve that?
So it's very simple. Like I said, if you come across something new, ask, find out what it is. Like, or if before going for the SSB, ask somebody like me or somebody who's been in the armed forces, sir, what will be the routine over there? Like terminology, fallen. What is fallen? Fallen is you do it in NCC. You do it fallen in threes, you do in twos. And tell me, don't you go for an assembly in your school every day or college? Don't you stand in lines in assembly? That is what is fallen. So it is just the same thing being told in a different language. So the moment you know the language and you're wanting to learn it, I don't think it will be a big challenge at all. So, and anything like in SSB especially, whenever an event takes place, there's an extensive briefing being done by the assessor over there. You can ask him as many number of questions as you want. Till you are clear about what exactly is happening in front of me, or what is being briefed to you, what is expected out of you, please do not let that person move ahead. So ask questions intelligently and try and understand intelligently.
Thank you so much, sir. Your answers are quite clear and we all get enlightened by it. Now we'll come up with more questions so that you can solve more and more problems of us. To watch such videos, subscribe to Brigadier Guides You.